Las Vegas Raiders insider Hondo Carpenter believes that Roger Goodell could lose his job in light of the Jon Gruden lawsuit. He also believes that Mark Davis is quietly supporting Jon Gruden behind the scenes. We're gonna get into all this and much more. Remember to like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring the bell for notifications. So what happened last week? Last week, the Nevada judge denied the NFL's motion to dismiss Jon Gruden's lawsuit. They also denied the motion to move it to arbitration. What arbitration would have done is put Roger Goodell in charge of the settlement between Gruden and the NFL. Absolutely ridiculous because Gruden is suing Roger Goodell. So the judge thankfully dismissed that. Spokesman for the NFL, Brian McCarthy, says that they are appealing these rulings, but most people believe they are going to fail in their appeal, and then we're going to enter discovery. So what is discovery? This means Jon Gruden's lawyers will have access to Goodell's emails, the NFL's emails. They can request to get the 650,000 emails in the Washington football team investigation. They can get text messages, even metadata, and tons of evidence and information to figure out, did Roger Goodell and the NFL collude together to get rid of Gruden? To get rid of Gruden. See, I mispronounce other names too. I'm gonna include that. And this is insane because we're gonna learn so much information. We're gonna learn how the NFL works, and we're also gonna learn how sketchy Roger Goodell is. And Hondo Carpenter released the Sports Illustrated article where he talked to some legal experts on what could possibly happen to Roger Goodell in light of this Jon Gruden lawsuit, in light of discovery. And what could happen is Roger Goodell could straight up lose his job. They could find damning evidence. They can go through his emails, his texts, and maybe find something, I don't know, sexist, racist, inappropriate, or just straight up sketchy. And one interesting thing that Hondo Carpenter points out is that Jon Gruden is using the same legal team that the Raiders have used, that Mark Davis has used in the past. And he believes, based on these hires and the timing of the lawsuit, that Mark Davis is quietly supporting Jon Gruden behind the scenes. And this could be very scary for the NFL because they do not want this to go to discovery. What they want to do is settle as quickly as possible and pay Jon Gruden and Mark Davis a crap load of money to shut up. But Jon Gruden and Mark Davis aren't doing this for the money. They're doing this because they're pissed off that the NFL and Roger Goodell blackmailed them in order to push Jon Gruden out. In Mark Davis's words, the 10-year plan was blown up. And another thing scary for the NFL is that Mark Davis and Jon Gruden do not really need the money. They have a shitload of money personally, so I don't think there's an amount the NFL can offer them to make them shut up. So the NFL can try to appeal all they want, and they can try to settle with Jon Gruden, but it looks like Jon Gruden and his legal team want to make this go to trial, and they want to start the discovery process as soon as possible. This is going to be a long, drawn-out event where we learn a lot about Roger Goodell and the NFL. So an unlikely event may occur where Jon Gruden comes out on top after all of this. And you have to wonder, if Jon Gruden does come out on top and Roger Goodell is removed as commissioner of the NFL, what does the future hold for Jon Gruden? Could Jon Gruden return to the NFL? We know this guy loves football. This guy was a broadcaster for ESPN, living a lavish life. He was getting paid a crap load of money just to talk about the game on TV and have a lot of fun. You don't deal with the stress of coaching football. You can see how it really makes people age rapidly when they're coaching NFL football. And Jon Gruden said, you know what? I'm going to ditch this Monday Night Football job. I'm going to go and coach the Raiders because I really love football and I love being a head coach and I want to make an impact on the NFL and the game. And the NFL took that all away from Jon Gruden. Whether you like him or not, whether you think he's successful or not, they took that away from him unfairly. So if he does come out on top, will he try to do what he loves, which is coach football? I think that would be amazing to see Jon Gruden back in the NFL. And we know the Raiders hired Josh McDaniels, and there seems to be a long-term plan there with Ziegler and McDaniels. But maybe Gruden could come back in some capacity with the Las Vegas Raiders, somewhere in the front office, somewhere in football operations, who knows? Or maybe he can coach another NFL team. We know the Raiders currently still employ Deuce Gruden, Jon Gruden's son, as a strength and conditioning coach. Either way, let me know what you think is going to happen, and we're going to keep you up to date on everything the NFL's appeal process and the discovery process. Like this video if you haven't already. Subscribe to the Raiders Rundown for more Raiders news and content. This is WiFiWillie. Peace out, and I hope you have a good one.